Hi everybody and welcome to week 4 of EDFD460. The purpose of this introductory video is to step you through some of the tasks that we're going to be looking at during week 4. And whilst the format of the week has not changed from previous weeks, the purpose of the tasks become a little bit more intense and purposeful in terms of working towards our assessment tasks. And so I just want to step you through them before you start accessing them. So in week 4 we have the normal setup of the unit. So we've got our bubbles. We've got our readings, we've got our resources, and we've got our discussion forums and our virtual workshop. The thrust of this particular workshop is the imaginative and creative teacher. So we're investigating what it is to be an imaginative and creative adult away from the classroom, and what it is to be an imaginative and creative teacher within the classroom. And you will remember from our week 2 and our week 3 discussions that it's vitally important that a teacher is able to model imaginative and creative behavior and practice within their class environment in order to appropriately inspire students. So we can't expect our students to be imaginative and creative and to actually believe in what they're doing unless we as the teacher can model it. But obviously, imagination and creativity does not sit within the realm of the teaching practice only. And to have a really effective imaginative and creative teaching practice, we need to be able to connect to what we do imaginatively and creatively in our own personal lives. So this week is looking at what we do as imaginative and creative adults and what we do as imaginative and creative teachers. And the first thing that you're going to be looking at is what it is to be an imaginative and creative adult. So you're going to be self-reflecting on those processes and practices and behaviors that you do in your own life. And then we're going to build into that what it is to be an imaginative and creative teacher. So the thrust of this week, what we're doing is we're creating a mapping the imaginative and creative teacher protocol. And we're using the acronym MICT for that. And what I mean in terms of a protocol is that we're putting together a series of guidelines or a series of questions, putting together a pro forma that allows us to ask those pertinent questions of ourselves as to when we are being imaginative, when we are being creative, whether we are identifying those moments appropriately, whether we're missing them, perhaps what are some of the blocks that we have in being able to really accept that we are imaginative and certainly accept that we are creative. So it's sort of like a fact-finding, investigation into us being imaginative and us being creative. It is not meant to be a complete document by the end of the week. So don't think that you've got to rush this. It's the beginning of it. Okay, it's the beginning of developing something. We will know from week 2 and week 3 that one of the key things of having a really rich imaginative and creative practice is that we acknowledge the importance of time. And so we're setting this up now so that we've got time over the coming weeks to develop it. And it also means that when we get into week 5 and when we get into week 6, which are the creative and imaginative student and school respectively, that we already have a process. We all already understand what we're doing. So in this week, you are developing your MICT, and what you are doing is you are creating your MICT proforma or document in the EDFD460 Google Drive. You are then learning how to share that Google Doc by creating a URL, and then you are sharing your document with your cohort by means of that URL by posting it into a forum post. So when you access the virtual workshop for tasks, they step you through this process very clearly. The resources for this week are going to be really, really important. Okay, so make sure that you access them frequently and you keep on returning to them. Another aspect of week 4 in Forum 4A is to write a very short reflective piece on what is the nexus of the personal and the pedagogical in terms of imaginative and creative practice. And what I mean by this is a nexus is a connection, or it's a relationship. So what is the relationship between our personal imaginative and creative behaviors or practices and our pedagogical imaginative and creative behaviors or practices? And I want you to reflect back on the literature we've already read and engaged with, and think about how those two things come together, because they do, and they're really important. So that's Forum 4A. Forum 4B is the uploading of a hyperlinked URL that opens in a new window. Resource 4F will show you how to do that. Again, I cannot reiterate enough that this is about exploring and learning how to use these tools. And occasionally, mistakes will be made. It won't work the first time. It is a test in the sense that if you want your badge and your 2%, you need to complete these successfully. But remember, you can't break any of this. Okay, so if you don't understand what you're doing, ask a question. Keep on asking those questions, and either I will come to your assistance, or Kerry will come to your assistance, or hopefully, and in a way, preferably, a fellow student will come to your assistance. So this week is all about developing our skills in using Google Drive, in being a bit more autonomous with Leo, so we're actually using some of the functions of Leo to our advantage, and really importantly, reflecting on that nexus of the personal and the pedagogical when it comes to an imaginative and creative behavior. So it's an exciting week. There will be some light bulbs. Remember to keep on using your mind map extensively. Everything you put in your mind map does not need to go into your forum post. So the key with Forum 4A this week is that we're keeping it nice and succinct. So I hope this has given you a good insight into the week, and look forward to seeing and being part of your explorations over the coming week.